1, 2, 1, 2. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another scrap mechanic tutorial. In our last episode on the tutorial series, we went over how to make a world, how to save a creation, how to upload creations, how to download creations, and how to download mods, and how to put mods on worlds. Oh, yeah, right, I removed that one. Yep. Wait, there shouldn't be any mods in here. Yep, okay. Alright. So, in today's episode, we're going to be going over how to make a basic car in Scrap Mechanic. So let me, real quick, clear my inventory of everything. Now, you probably have gone around messing around with different things and, like, playing with building mechanics, or just the kind of messing around with the tools and stuff, but I'm going to here to show you how to build a basic car. So, we're going to need to grab everything that we need. Now, a basic car needs a lift to put it on. It just makes it easier to build. You don't exactly need it, but it just makes it easier. A connection tool to connect everything. Now, there's going to be something very different about it. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to watch and then do. Don't do it as you're watching. It will only make the process more frustrating. Yeah. So, now pause the video and make sure that you have the lift and connection tool. If you don't know where those are, they'll be in the tools right here. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, you've probably unpaused the video by now. So let's get back to what we're doing. So next, you're gonna go over to the interactive section. Over here, probably here. Oh wait, before we go to the interactive section to get all the stuff we need a building block. Now for this, I will be using Metal Block 1, but it doesn't really matter. But I would not suggest using Concrete Blocks 3 and Metal Block 3 as they're way heavier, but we'll use something light, like Metal Block 1, which I will just put here. It doesn't really matter, but just might as well match it up with what I have. So, put it there. Alright, pause the video and go grab whatever block you want to use. Alright, you got it? Good. Next, we're going to need a few things from here. First, we're going to need a bearing. Then, we're going to need a saddle seat or a driver's seat. It doesn't really matter. The saddle seats are lighter, but I kind of like the driver's seat. So I'll grab a driver's seat. Now, there's a very important thing I must bring up, and that's the leveling system. See, before the major survival update, everything was like this and had the maximum of that. But now, since survival, they ported over the upgrade system, which means all engines have different noises. Here, let me show you. You don't have to do this part, but it's just a thing. Okay. Now listen, this is a level 1 engine, and this is a level 2 engine. They're different. Now what does that mean for us? Well, it's that, they have different power levels. They have different maximums and weights. So, but for this, we're just gonna use all level 5 stuff because it just makes it much simpler. Okay, so what you need to do is grab a bearing, a seat of your choosing, preferably level 5, an engine of your choosing, preferably a gas engine level 5. You can use electric engines, but they have way more torque, and getting the right ratio to speed and torque is kind of weird because it's kind of like exponential. At first, it kind of goes straight and then it just goes up really fast. Gas engines, they always pretty much have that same top speed. It's just acceleration. So we'll use the gas engines for this. Now make sure you have a bearing, driver's seat, gas engine. If you don't know where those are, this is where the driver's seat would be. That's where the gas engine would be, and here's where the bearing is. Okay, go grab those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you have those now? Good. Now we gotta move on to the next part, and that's, we're kind of just building the thing. There's all these other blocks that we can use, but I won't be focusing on those. We'll be talking about those later. But if you want to, you can add a radio. They're very simple. You place them down, and you can press E on them, and they make noise. Or you could hook them up to a button or a switch, or a sensor, and hook them up that way. But you don't exactly need them. So this is all you need. A metal block 1, bearing, driver's seat 5, and a gas engine 5. These parts can be interchangeable, but I would recommend going with these. And you also need a lift and a connector tool. Alright, go pause the video and make sure that you have all these things. Alright, pause. Good? Okay. So now, we can get to building. First, let's see how big our driver's seat is. Alright, it's a, let's see, a 4 by, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, a 4 by 6. That's not that bad. So, I'm gonna, now, it doesn't really matter what shape you make your vehicle, but you tend to want your vehicle to be a bit longer, like, at least like 1.5 times longer, like 1.5 longer than it is wider. And also you might want to add these little side sections for steering so that it's not just like really compact. Alright, you got your base plate. Alright, so I'm gonna let you build your base plate. It does, I would suggest going with a shape like this. Alright, good? Okay. Alright. Good job. Or, well, I don't know if you're really doing this, but whatever. Now, there's two ways you could do steering. You could have steering up here like this. But I find it better to have the bearings below. So you're going to want to place 2 bearings here. And then place blocks on them. Now, before you pause and go copy this, there's an interesting thing. You can make 4-wheel steering, but it's kind of hard to set up, and sometimes it's just, for me, just kind of guesswork. So just do 2-wheel steering for now. Alright, good. Alright, pause the video and go do this. Alright, you're here now? Good. Now you're going to now want to add another block on there, just so there's a little bit of space for the wheels. You're probably like, where are the wheels? Well, if you go back to your inventory and find the parts section, the wheels will be right here. Now, it doesn't quite matter which wheel you choose, but I'm going to choose the small wheel because this creation is pretty small, and it would look really goofy with big wheels. But if you want big wheels, go ahead. So, you're going to want to place the bearings on your steering pegs on both sides. There you go. Now, alright, go pause the video right now and do this. It should have a bearing here, bearing there, bearing there, and bearing there, and a little extension to keep it away from the vehicle. Alright, good. Alright, you're back. Cool. Now you're going to want to copy that on the other side, just without steering bearings. You could technically add steering bearings, but this is a basic car, and we got to keep it as basic as simple. Next, you put the wheels on. Same with the front side, just no steering wheel. Just no steering bits. Alright, pause the video and go do that. Alright, good. Well, I think you're doing good. I have no idea, because I'm a video. Next, we're going to want to place the engine. It doesn't quite matter where you put it, but for convenience sake, I'll put it right there. Alright, now go place your engine. Good. Okay, so here's a common mistake you might do. You might just hook up the engine to your thing, and then turn it on. But, uh-oh. Why is it going? Well, that's because it needs to be hooked up to the driver's seat. Alright, make sure to hook your... Alright, so, let's start that over. And also, remember, you can always reset your creations with the whip. So, place your engine, and hook it up to the seat, and then hook it up to all these bearings that are like this. Not the steering bearings, but the bearings that are connected to the wheels. Now, you're probably wondering, wait, that way is that way, and that way is that way. What does this mean? Well, this means the direction that it's spinning. This one right here will spin this way, but that one right there will spin that way. There's something in the game's code that just makes it do that. So if you press right mouse button, as shown on the screen, you can change it so that they're both going in the same direction. Now, repeat that on this side and that side. Make sure to change it, and there you go. It should look something like this. Now pause the video and go do that. Alright, good. Or, I don't know if you're doing good. I'm a video. Well, this time. Now, you're going to put your steering bearing. Now you're going to hook up these 2 steering bearings to your seat. Now, go pause the video real quick, because I'm going to do some explanation. Go pause. Alright, you're back? You sure? You've done this right? Okay. Now, you're going to notice something a bit weird. Now, the controls for this... Now, make sure your engine's up a little bit. Just because... Now, you're going to hop in your vehicle. But you might notice something. When you press A and D, for some reason the steering's reversed. Why is that? Well, I don't know. This is just how the game is set up. So you'll have to do the same thing with the drive bearings on the steering bearings. And voila, I fixed the problem. Now, on level 5 seats, you can do this cool thing on steering bearings by pressing E. You can affect their steering, how far they can steer, and their turning speed. But I wouldn't suggest messing with that because, well, you can do stuff like this. And that's not very fun. And also, it's a bit hard to get back where it was. As you're using your mouse and not, like, arrow keys. And voila. I've done it. Like, basic car. Now you can drive around your Square Mechanic creative world and experiment with it. Remember, these aren't just these aren't like Minecraft farm tutorials that are the end all be all until the game gets updated. This is simply a way for you to learn how to build. And look at that. I've just changed the vehicle. Look, after this tutorial, I want you to go into the parts and look around. See what looks interesting to you. Like maybe these I-beams or this exit sign. Ooh, that's cool. Or maybe, I don't know, these. Maybe these instead of wheels. Maybe just make it look cool. Make it how you want it to be. Maybe use these windshields. I don't know. It's what you want it to be. Now this car may look bad, but you'll get now your car may not look the best, but the more you play, the better you get at it. So just keep on building, Square Mechanics, and I'll be seeing you in the next episode. Hold on, I gotta drop this. Hold on. Anyways, Square Mechanic viewers. Anyways, I'll be seeing you later.